All right, everybody, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's been a minute since we've chatted, since we've had a live. Welcome aboard. Let's go. We have so much to talk about tonight. Why don't you take a moment, tell me where you're coming from. We'll wait for some more friends to come in. I have so much I want to chat about. So many nerdy fun things. We got a lot. So let me know where you're watching from and what you're excited to chat about this evening, this afternoon, wherever you're coming from. We got Project Hail Mary. We have Dune 3, The Pitt. Guys, I want to talk about, anyone see the new Harry Potter trailer? Straight from the Caribbean. Welcome. Wow, I wish I was in the Caribbean right now. Sounds warm and lovely. I want to know what everyone is excited to chat about. What's new in the world of fantasy, sci-fi? Anyone here missing some of our favorite shows? Anyone here missing A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Pluribus, Severance? I'm missing them. I am missing them. Dune and Harry Potter. Yes, I want to talk about Dune and I want to go over the trailer. Guys, I know that this has been a controversial remake. Some people don't think we're ready for a Harry Potter remake, but holy crap, when I saw the trailer today, I cried. I just cried because it's Harry Potter. Oh wow, we got friends from Europe in. Wow. Ready to talk about Project Hail Mary, Missing Pluribus, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah, today we were going to talk about Project Hail Mary. Let's dive in. And then I want to talk about Dune. I want to talk about, there's a couple shows I'm watching, Paradise and The Pitt. Not sure if anyone's watching those. And then I think we should really go through the Harry Potter trailer for the new Harry Potter movie. So let me get some visuals lined up here. Let's talk Project Hail Mary. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's always been so long that I just forget how to do things on here. Except that's not what I want to do either. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, the being nervous about Harry Potter is real. I was super nervous about Harry Potter. And then I saw the trailer. I'm like, you know what? I trust. I trust. Sorry, I'm probably giving you guys just a lot of weirdness by, let me just just give me 1 second and then we're going to dive right into Project Hail Mary. Okay, that's what I wanted. This is what I wanted here. All right, welcome you guys. Let's talk Project Hail Mary. Hello. Yes, I do need to stream more often because I forget how to use StreamYard every time I come on here. It is a little confusing. All right, so I'm going to make a poll here. I know we have about 8 people in. I anticipate some more people, but I want to start a poll. What did you think of Project Hail Mary? Loved it. I'm going to say exceeded expectations, met expectations, and didn't meet expectations or was disappointed. All right. Let's go. Make sure you guys contribute to that poll there. So yeah, let's chat Project Hail Mary. I am super excited to talk about Project Hail Mary today. I feel like it's okay, there we go. It was a long time coming. I am someone who read the book twice, and yeah, 3 3 options does make it tough. Maybe I should have done more. Maybe I should have done like, what would you rate it out of 5? A 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Maybe that would have been better. You guys let me know. We can always do both, which is cool. But I loved Project Hail Mary. I really did. Here's the thing. I loved the movie. I will say it's between met my expectations and exceeded my expectations, because certain things exceeded my expectations and some things met my expectations. Like, I think I was expecting to be collapsing on the floor out of glee and enjoyment and ecstasy. I was expecting to just fall down and collapse. And that's how I felt after watching Dune 2. So after watching Dune 2, if you watched my way back when, I took a vlog of when I went to go see Dune 2, and I traveled 8 hours to go see Dune 2. And I was ready to like fall on the ground. Like, I felt like I was on a different planet. It was so freaking good. It exceeded my expectations. And I would say while Project Hail Mary was lovely, it's more met my expectations. But I loved it. So I have a hard time saying it either way. So we have Timothy saying it was fine, standard issue. You don't understand the deep love. Claude Simeon would say a little higher than met expectations, but not exceeded. I loved Project Hail Mary. Matt Winbury, I knew nothing about it. Okay, see, I do think for many, it's the people who read the book, potentially, who are a little bit more nitpicky. Now, I've seen responses all over the bat, you guys. I've seen people be like, this was the biggest disappointment in the world, which I don't think you can say that unless it truly missed the mark. It's a movie. Adaptations are always going to be a little bit difficult. I think they did a great job with the adaptation. Look, it's easy for me to sit here with a microphone and my camera and say it did blah, 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 blah. It's a lot harder to make it. So I think, while I'm sad that they didn't include the Antarctica scene, for example, or the Sahara Desert scene, for example, I also don't even understand the mechanics of adding something like that in. All right, so it looks like in the poll so far, 60% it met expectations. We have a little bit of disappointed. We have a little bit of exceeded. LA MJ says 8.5. I think that's fair. I had originally rated it, like, when I first got out of the theater, I said 4.5. That'd be a 9 out of 10. After sitting with it, I said 4.3, which is still very strong. Like, that is still strong. There are very few movies of all time I would rate 4.5 or even 5. Like, there's probably 5 movies I've ever seen that I would say 5, because that is a perfect movie to me. That's an absolutely perfect movie. Cool. I am going to show some more photos and we're going to talk about them. So, okay, we got more for met expectations. Do you guys think the hate or the love is overdone? One thing I did find interesting is that some would say that this was potentially the most marketed movie ever. Like, though, if there was an Oscar for marketing, Project Hail Mary would have won. It would have won the Oscar for marketing, best marketing ever. And it was certainly a well-marketed movie. Like, I will give it that. It was an amazingly marketed movie. Now I want to get into a little bit of what I loved and what I didn't love. So I've talked about this in my videos. I don't want to repeat what I've said in videos. I want to have a dialogue here. But one thing that I will say was the hardest part for me was the science, having the science gone. And I've seen some people say, like, oh, science nerds just want a quantum physics lecture for 2 hours. And okay, like, I get it. I don't. Sorry, I'm distracted by these comments. Hi, Kate. Okay, so if Timothy saying that 9 or higher is a film I want to see again, and Project Hail Mary is not that, once was enjoyable enough. Okay, fair enough. That's very fair. I'm personally, I'm going to see it again. I want to see it again. Even like the second read through, even after everything I knew would happen, was still very, very enjoyable for me. But okay, so what we were saying is the science. Now, I've seen some theories out there, some discussions that they just tried to make this a little bit too family friendly. And maybe that's why the science wasn't in there. Now, I know that I am a tough critic as a book reader. I was a tough critic with the Dune books or with the Dune movies because I'm such a lover of the Dune books. And so I'm going to notice everything that they left out. If I wasn't there to notice, oh, this is different, that is different. I literally had a kid behind me pointing out to his dad what was different. So I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that kid. But I was hoping to see how Ryland Grace figures out he's on the ship. And that is that he sees how fast a pencil falls off the table, and then he calculates like the gravity, the acceleration, and realizes that Earth's gravity is constant. I loved that. I loved it. And that's something like fun that everyone can understand. In reality, in execution, I don't know how much they could have put Grace's internal monologue in there, because we already had an internal monologue. We already had a voiceover. We already had the vlogs of him taking the vlogs, sending them back home in the Beatles. And eventually we don't just want to watch someone narrate a movie. So I get it. All right, let's check in on some comments. Some comments. So we had the science YouTube is full with the marketing and the movie failed to deliver. Yeah. I saw a funny TikTok where it's like the scene from Mean Girls where Regina George is screaming, and it's like sci-fi nerds when we didn't get a 2-hour quantum physics lecture. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Like, I get that that's what people were mad about. IMDb credits Ray Porter as one of the rejected voices for Rocky. I didn't realize that. Timeless Nonsense says, I would say it more than met my expectations, but didn't exceed them. The movie made me want to read the book again. That is fair. Also said, I saw it twice. The first time I felt more nitpicky and perhaps critical remembering the book, but the second time I thoroughly enjoyed it and think it's a really good adaptation. So what I loved about the adaptation was the humor. I was laughing in that movie theater. I was geeking out. It was funny. It was really funny. And even though they changed some things, like when the Rocky ship comes and throws the canister at Grace, and Grace is like, nope, like, fuck that. I don't want to deal with this alien. And then like the book Grace was obviously way more, oh, an alien. Oh my God, I need to investigate. I don't get, like, it was all funny. It was really funny. I thought it was funny, and the book was funny to me. I don't read many funny books, to be honest. Like, I'm out here reading Red Rising, which is depressing me to the ends of the earth. I'm not reading books for their levity and humor. So that's one thing I loved about the book, and the movie delivered there. Man, I tried getting into Dune as a teen and just couldn't. I never tried again. Oh, please get into Dune. Please get into Dune. I love Dune. Dune made more sense to me after I watched the movie. So I read Dune after I watched Dune 1. I hate to say it because that makes me feel like a fake fan. But when I saw the movie in 2021, I'm like, I need to know what this is all about. What is this world? What is Arrakis? What is going on here? And I read Dune. But you've seen Dune, right? Anyway, we'll get into Dune in a bit. Let's go on with Project Hail Mary. One part of the humor I liked was his relationship with Carl. I didn't think it was over the top. I loved it. Him and Carl made a baby. And one of these important scenes of like, why is Ryland Grace around when Eva Stratt has access to all these resources, all of the world, like she can do anything. Like, why pick this guy? Why pick this freaking dude? who I never pictured to be as handsome as Ryan Gosling is. I just kind of pictured him to be just a random guy, um, not super good at any one thing, just kind of a dude. And I think this scene really proves it, because his like they made the baby. They bred the astrophage, and that's what really unlocked his position within this world and within this project. So yeah. You guys are still talking about Dune. I'm so distracted. I want to talk about Dune. Kate has read 21 of them. I have not read all 21. I've not read the Sons books. That's crazy. So I loved the Carl stuff. Let's see what else we got here. So one item that some people are upset about not being included, but it didn't bother me too much, was when Ryland is about to die, because the acceleration, or the velocity, I should say, I'm not a scientist, the velocity is like making him the ship is suffocating him because they're going so fast. Rocky gets out of his bubble and saves him. That's what happened in the book. But then in turn, Grace saved Rocky. Like, he picked Rocky up and put him back in his container, in which Ryland Grace got burns. He was burned. His lungs were burned from breathing in the ammonia, and he got messed up. So he puts Rocky back, and then he goes and collapses and is like, fix me, med bay. And so some people were mad that like Rocky saved Grace in the movie, but Grace didn't save Rocky. And at one point in the book, he tried to blow out some of the dust. Like, he thought all this dust was blood or just something bad. So he tried to blow out all this dust and soot, like clean the chimney, essentially. And when Rocky wakes up, he's like, bro, you almost killed me, because like, I wasn't, like, that's how I heal myself. It was a scab. It was how it was like a scab over my wound. And that was a funny part in the book. It wasn't in the movie, but I don't, like, that's fine. That is fine. Some people who are like, they didn't show Grace saving Rocket. It's fine. It's fine. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, but everyone has a right to their own opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys thought, book readers, about Ava Stratt. So, yeah, you really should read at least up to Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, just in anticipation for the movie, unless you want to be surprised by the movie. Okay, Dune will come next, I promise. It goes Project Hail Mary, Harry Potter, Dune, The Pit, Paradise, if we can get to all of it. You guys help me figure out what to prioritize in our discussion today, because if all 14 of you haven't watched Paradise, then I'm not going to talk about it, or The Pit. Okay, what was I saying? So Eva Stratt seems to be another kind of controversial figure here, from what I've seen from fans. So a lot of fans say that they softened her too much, that they really didn't like how much they softened Eva Stratt in the movie. In the books, she has this absolute power, ruthless. She's not down there singing karaoke. She's not there making these flirty little eyes at Grace. She is ruthless. And to be honest, I didn't really care that much about her change. I liked Stratt in the movie, because in the book, like, I never hated Stratt in the book. Like, I'm never like, ooh, I don't like this woman, she's ruthless, because she's the woman who has to make the hard calls. And I felt like that came across the movie. She's the woman that has to make these hard calls. It's a lonesome job. It's not fun. But yeah. According to Kate, Stratt was more human in the movie, though I wish they had included the court scene, because she was awesome in that. Yeah, that was a great flex, like a great way she flexed her muscles of like, yeah, I have absolute power, and if the world succeeds, I will probably spend the rest of my life in jail at some point, but that's okay, because I'll have saved the world. Yeah. So Ava Strat, yay or nay? I liked her. I did. I liked her, and I liked hers. What I liked the most was hers and Grace's dynamic, because he never really lets her harshness rub off on him. He's eternally silly, even in these very weird and dire circumstances, and she's eternally serious in these weird and dire circumstances. So that that came that worked well for me. I think the thing that in the movie, she seems genuinely so tortured to have to force Grace to do this against his will. Like, she's like, oh, I really didn't want to do this. Where in the book, she came across more as like, yeah, well, okay, I'm going to drug you and force you to do this. But yeah, I liked her in both. Okay, non-book reader, Claude Simeon. I liked her. My personality is much more like her than Grace. That would be a good poll to do. Are you more like Ava Strat or Grace? I'm more like Grace. And as much as I hate to admit it, I would probably also be a coward like a Grace. I don't want to admit that. But the Sorting Hat would not have put me in Gryffindor. Let's just put it that way. I'm a baby. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm scared of everything. So I would definitely be scared of going into a spaceship and never coming back. That's for goddamn sure. All right. What else about Project Hail Mary? Let's see, what other photos do I have here? Some people said they didn't like that room, that holodeck, would you say? The holodeck. You'd like to think that you'd be brave, but who really knows? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got a YouTube channel today. I got a YouTube comment today of some guy going off being like, oh, this Ryland Grace was an irredeemable coward. Like, I hate this book because of it. It's like, well, yeah, he was a coward, but I mean, he was a human, and humans do cowardly things sometimes. I think he redeemed himself, though. Ava Strat in the movie was okay. I like this conversation about this character. I don't mind how she's different, but I remember the book version more. Yeah, I think in the movie they had to give her a little bit more dimension. In the book, it's easier to have a background character be very just black and white. It's harder to pull off, in my opinion, in the movie. As Ned Stark would put it, you can wait. As Ned Stark would put it, you can only be brave when you are afraid. That's fair. I guess I'm always brave. Okay, Ocho Cinco has not watched Project Hail Mary. All right, well, we'll be done talking about it soon. I didn't like the pacing of the beginning of the movie. I wish they'd have shown how long he couldn't get into the hatch, remember who he was. Yeah, the amnesia, not knowing who he was. I knew that was going to be hard to do in the film because we're seeing these flashbacks, and it's like, are these the flashbacks he's experiencing? In the book, it was way more clear. For example, when he pulls out his catheter, he sees like a red line, and that reminds him of the email he received called the Thin Red Line from Irina Petrova, where he learned about the Petrova line. So there was a lot more like something would happen in the present that would trigger the flashback, and I don't think they did that as well in the movie, but I think that would have been hard to do. Yep. Yeah. I feel so bad you missed the beginning of the movie. You need to go see it again, because when he wakes up trying to figure out who he was, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what ship he's on. He definitely doesn't know how to work the ship. All right. So it looks like our final votes are that 56% of you said it met expectations. 11% said what was disappointed, and 33% exceeded expectations. All right, let's talk about, we've spent like 20 minutes talking about Project Hail Mary. I want to talk about the Harry Potter. The Harry Potter. We need to talk about Harry Potter. Yeah. All in favor of Harry Potter, say aye. Let me pull this up. Guys, I know that Harry Potter has been a little bit, I don't know, people have had things to say. Like, I don't know. Everyone's saying things. Everyone is saying something. But when I saw this freaking thing, I was so pumped. So pumped for it. Like, beyond pumped. And I don't know how old everyone is in here, but my childhood was certainly riddled with Harry Potter. Okay. Let me do something. So I'm not going to play all of this because I know that YouTube will punish me for it. This is about the new TV show. Yeah. This is about the new so the teaser trailer dropped. And I think what really makes this trailer effective is the voiceover, is Harry talking in the background. And at the beginning, it's Petunia talking and being just terrible. Oh my God, wait, hold on, pause. You are too old for Harry Potter, but you have ended up reading a lot of fan fiction, but never read the series. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is crazy. Didn't really fall for Harry Potter, Dune, or Lord of the Rings, not mainstream, I guess. Wow, I want to know what you guys are into then. All these other shows and books are cool and all, but I am missing Severance. Yes, can we get a hell yes for missing Severance? I too am missing Severance. It's just, I'm liking the Pitt. Someone asked me if it was a strong recommendation for Paradise, and it's like, Paradise is good, but it's not Severance. Like, the closest thing I came to Severance that I loved was Pluribus, and even Pluribus, like, it's not Severance. So I agree. But we have this trailer. We see him in the cupboard under the stairs. The casting for Harry is super awesome. We have Petunia's voiceover being just awful to him, showing how abused he was. I really hope they get more into just all that Harry has been through, being bullied by his cousin. I'm glad they made Dudley blonde in this. And then we show this hair cutting scene, which was definitely in the book. And this is Aunt Petunia. Now, Aunt Petunia is low-key hot. Like, she's hot, right? And Vernon is also low-key hot, which is a huge departure from the OG Vernon and Petunia. And, like, don't get me wrong, the OG Vernon and Petunia, they're a little old. They're a little bit old for having, like, a young son. Like, they seem like they're in their 50s. But, yeah. So we have Petunia. We have Harry. It's like, even if I were to look at these screenshots, I wouldn't be excited. If I were looking at these, I'd be like, okay, whatever. It was when I watched it. I think it's a combo of the narration, the music. We have Hagrid here. I'm sorry, but I'll always just be thinking of the first Hagrid. We got green eyes. Okay, that's a different. They really wanted us to see this. They really, really, really wanted us to see this. Yeah. Platform 9 3/4. It's chill. How's the fashion? Like, are we getting a 90s vibe again? Or is Harry going back to Hogwarts when we got like AI and Twitter? We don't even have Twitter anymore, I guess. We have the Hogwarts Express. Hagrid bringing the first years. The shots of Hogwarts look sick. I mean, there's something so nostalgic. Sorry, I can't talk about the OG Hogwarts. So there's our new McGonagall, Minerva McGonagall. The Sorting Hat. The staircases. It's just hard to see these new characters, but it got me psyched. I really like this room where they have their lesson. That looks like the common room. Him and Ron. We have some Quidditch. Yeah, so I mean this teaser gives us what we need to kind of know what to expect. It feels familiar. And I think that's what they needed to do. They needed to make it feel familiar. So what do you guys think of that? What do we think of the trailer? I know I didn't play it, but I read Harry Potter for the first time as an adult in my early 20s. Yeah, we will be missing Severance for a couple more years. It makes me so sad. Why couldn't they just film Severance like while season 2 was coming out? I don't know, guys. Timothy says it's difficult to get excited for a reboot of something created during my adult life. Nothing in the teaser suggests that there is anything to see here. It's a fair point. I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna be heartbroken if it's disappointing. My mom, my son, when he was in elementary school, and I would pass the Harry Potter books to each other and take turns reading them. Great memories. That is fun. That is so cool. I love that. Yeah, Harry Potter is so nostalgic for me, for my childhood. All right, enough about Harry Potter. Are we excited for Harry Potter? Yes or no? Will we watch it? I mean, I doubt we're going to be doing recaps every week and things like that. Django. Sorry, I just have to make sure my dog is sleeping and not... He's a very still sleeper and I get scared. Cool. All right. Well, that's that on Harry Potter. All right, we have I Won't Watch. Yeah, Django does need to be on stream. I won't watch unless it gets a lot of buzz as being really good. Well, I think it could go either way. You know, the fans have already torn to shreds the casting and stuff, and half the fans don't even think we need a reboot. So we shall see. I agree. Django, you need to be on screen. Also, you guys, next Saturday, I'll be in LA for Pallyfest, to go to the Pluribus event there. I'm super excited. They're going to have a panel. I believe all the people there. I believe all the main people will be there. Maybe not. Would be really cool to meet them. All right. Django Fett or Django Unchained? He is named after Django Unchained. My brother named him, so don't judge me. It was all my brother's fault. Right, Django? It's weird to name like a little white dog after Django Unchained, but my brother's a weird guy, so what can I say? I am excited. There's no gap year before A Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2. Yeah, I think we will be well fed before A Night of the Kingdoms season 2 with House of the Dragon season 3. I know some people don't care about House of the Dragon anymore, but I didn't read that book, so I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. Whew. I went boxing today and I didn't have time to put my hand wraps on, and so my hands hurt. My hands really hurt today. All right, so one other thing I want to talk about, just some shots from Dune. Dune 3. We got Dune 3 in the house. Dune 3 is coming. Also the same weekend as the Avengers movie, right? That's gonna be crazy. So we have a look at Paul. Now I believe that I've talked about this, that Dune 3 will be in chunks, parts. I thought they were gonna end. I thought this movie Dune 3 would end where Dune Messiah ends, and I know we have some friends that haven't read the book, so I won't do any major spoilers of people who maybe things happen to them. But I will say that I thought they were going to end Dune 3 right where Dune Messiah ends, but I'm getting the feeling now that no, because they have certain actors and actresses casted. So it looks like potentially a third of this will be the Holy War, which if you've read the books, the Holy War is not in the books. It's just alluded to. It happens. Dune Messiah takes place 12 years after the end of Dune. And the big Dune book is Dune 1 and 2, essentially. So it takes place 12 years. I think they said there's going to be a 17-year time jump here, which is odd. But okay, why are they doing that? Anyway, this is our look at Paul, which is going to take place, I believe, more in the 17-year gap. They're going to be making these characters look older. I think this is Zendaya is supposed to be a little older here. Now, they do have a Zendaya problem to solve, because if you recall at the end of Dune 2, Zendaya hailed a worm Uber and rode off into the sunset after Paul. She's very angry at Paul because she doesn't recognize him anymore. She is pissed that he is taking Princess Irulan for his bride, played by Florence Pugh. And that's a change from the books. In the books, Chani is very much by Chini. Yeah, I know. I have really bad pronunciation from this, because in the audio book, which I listened to after I read the book, the narrator says Cheney. So in my head, it's Cheney. I got in trouble because it's Gula. He also says Gula instead of Gola. So that guy fucked me up. Narrator of Dune. Screw you. No, he does a great job. Chani is mad at Paul, and Paul's going to have to win her back, because apparently Denis Villeneuve said that this, at the end of the day, is a love story, which, did we read the same book? Nah. Dune Messiah has very much that component to it, but yeah. In the books, Chani is pro Paul all the time. She is Paul's number one fan. She's like a Stilgar about Paul. She's like, Paul. All right, we got to say goodnight really quick to our European friend, LAMJ. Where in Europe are you, Mr. Paperclip? You'll go to sleep and we will watch. Thanks for joining the live stream. We appreciate you. We appreciate your great points in your discussion. Thank you for joining, and sleep well, my darlings. Anyway, Chani's a decently one-dimensional character in the book. Yes, okay. Kate, I'm reading your comment. So this is something, I wonder if Denis means love story between Aaliyah and Hate. I don't think that's what he means, but I really don't think they're gonna put that in here. So really quick, this isn't a huge spoiler or anything, but we know that there's a conspiracy from the trailer. We know that there's a conspiracy to take down Paul, and people involved in that trailer include the Reverend Mother, some Scytale, some other people that we'll learn about. And these freaking Bene Gesserit rapscallions have not given up on their goal with their breeding program. It's all about the freaking breeding program. Breeding. They are considering mating Paul and Aaliyah. This is his sister, by the way, his 100% sister. That's weird. And therefore Stilgar is like, we got to get this bitch married, because she is also doing a lot of weird sexual things all around. Like, she trains naked. I don't think we'll see that, but she's out there in the dojo training butt ass naked. And Paul and Stilgar walk in and are like, what? And when Paul sees his sister naked, he's like, it reminds him that he knows the Bene Gesserit want them to make babies. And that's just a weird thing for him to think in that moment. I think they will cut that complete storyline. I think they will completely cut the Paul and Aaliyah storyline. Yeah. So Aaliyah is Paul's sister, and she is called by the people the Virgin Harlot because she's a virgin. Haha. But she is kind of crazy at the same time, as she has had the maturity level of like an 80-year-old since she was 0 months old. So it's an interesting conundrum. For non-book readers, we were supposed to see her a lot earlier and a lot younger. If you watch the earlier movie, or sorry, if you watch the David Lynch's Dune, they do have an Aaliyah, but I'm sure it's odd to make a 4-year-old like say things and act like an adult and also like kill someone, because she was supposed to be the one to kill the Baron Harkonnen. So we were supposed to have a lot more of Aaliyah. Now they have an A-list celebrity playing her, so I think that like they'll need to give her stuff to do. So I think we'll see some of her Children of Dune plotline in this movie. All right. Wow. Well, thank you for the super chat, Matt Winbury, also a Waffle Party VIP member and Miscellaneous Gab Discord mod. Your wish is my command. Django, come here. Come here. He doesn't listen to me. I'll have to get him. Django, come. Come here. Say hi, Django. It's like pretty hot here in California, so I think that he's just been hot recently. Don't have any AC on, so he's a little like tired. This is Django. He's unchained, right? Right, my child? He's so cute. I love him so much. He's my best friend. I talk to him all day long because I'm just alone all day and night, and we just chit chat. We just chitty chat all the time. He is 10 out of 10. He is like truly the best dog. Like, I'm not even saying that because he's mine, but if you guys met him, you would love him. And he likes Pluribus too, don't you? Don't you? All right, back to Dune. We got Django. Django is in the house. Scytale, played by Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is having an amazing year. Like, Batman 2 is coming out. He's in all these freaking movies. The Odyssey. You know what I meant to ask is, during the Project Hail Mary, for anyone who saw Project Hail Mary in IMAX, did anyone else have like a 10-minute Odyssey trailer? Please let me know if you did, because at some point I was nervous that the wrong movie was about to play and someone like got their hands on the Odyssey and we were about to watch the freaking Odyssey. It's like 6, 7, 8 months earlier, or no, a few months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months earlier. Yeah. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, let's see. My mom is from Forks. I'm half vampire. Wow. Yeah, I mean, imagine if this man had just been typecasted into eternity as like the sparkly vampire boyfriends. He's having a great year, and he is going to play Scytale, a face dancer, Benny of the Benny Tlaylax. If you watch Dune Prophecy, you know a little bit about the Benny Tlaylax. They haven't really been mentioned much in Dune thus far at all, but they're important. They're very important. All right, we got more friends in the house. Yeah, Robert's having a great year. Hello, Debbie, Ebby, Bo, Bebby. Welcome. We got some comments on Project Hail Mary, the Strat courtroom scene. Yeah, that was something that people were sad that they left out. Django is probably mad at me that I haven't given him his evening walk because I'm on here. But anyway, I can't wait. This is so I have a feeling that they might be combining certain characters into Scytale. I really hope that they include Edric. If you know, you know. But I do think Jazz will be Scytale, effectively, essentially. So hopefully you guys have all seen the trailer. I'm not going to be spoiling anything big, but we also got our first look at Hate in the trailer. Those eyes. Those freaking mechanical eyes. What are you guys thinking of that? Are you guys so excited? Okay, I mentioned this in my video, but The Dark Knight is one of my favorite movies of all time. It always will be. It always has been. And when I was like, I forget, I think I was a teenager or something when the Dark Knight Rises came out. And at my theater, at my local theater, they had all three. So you went at like, I think maybe 2 p.m. or something, and they played Batman Begins, and then you got like a 30-minute break, and then they played The Dark Knight, and then you got a 30-minute break, and then at midnight they played The Dark Knight Rises. So I was in the movie theater for like 10 hours, and I hope they do that with Dune 3 because I will be there. I will 100% be there. Fell in love with Robert in The Goblet of Fire. Yeah. Yes, same. Cedric Diggory. I was more of a Cedric Diggory than an Edward from Twilight kind of gal. Khal Drogo is in his house. I'm so excited. I don't know how many book readers we have in the chat, but really exciting things to see there. I cannot wait. All 3 movies in one night? Yeah, do they still do that? I mean, The Dark Knight Rises was also when the shooting happened, and I grew up in Colorado, so I had friends that I wasn't sure what movie theater they went to. It was really scary. But when I was like a young teenager, midnight premieres were like the thing. Like we all went to midnight premieres of movies all the time. So I don't know if just safety issues have ruined that, unfortunately. I don't know. Paul Atreides is an emo punk bitch in Dune Messiah. He's so emo. He is so emo. I'm excited to see emo Paul. Look, this is emo Paul. Emo right here. All right. I am so excited for Dune Part 3. I think that's on that. All right, guys, we got some TV shows to cover. We're making good time. We talked about The Pitt. We talked about The Pitt season 2. Let's do a little bit of a poll. I'm going to end the other poll. And for those of you who aren't watching some of these shows but are still here, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate all of you. So The Pitt is season 2. We're getting towards the end of season 2 on HBO. I'd love to know who's watching and what you guys think of this season so far. It's getting pretty deep into the season. Things are really starting to heat up. As we know, in season 1, the last part of season 1 was when they had that shooting. That was pretty like one of the most insanely scary things I've seen in a show like this, but it's obviously a hospital show, and I'm not one for medical dramas, but the show is really good. I will say that yes, sorry, I'm reading your comments. Yeah, the midnight premieres. Yeah, waiting in line for 7 hours. Wow. That is a commitment. That is such commitment. Yeah, what do we think of The Pitt so far, you guys? I like it, but I also don't like it at the same time. Like, I like it and I don't. I like it, but there's a lot going on in this season, like a little too much. And I think on Discord we talked about it maybe being just like feeling slightly more forced. Some things they do talk about important topics, like they really do. I mean, they talk about inequality in the healthcare system. They talk about all sorts of things that maybe we wouldn't know if we don't work in healthcare, which I don't work in healthcare. I can't even imagine. I literally can't even imagine being a nurse. Like, truly, I have so much respect for anyone who works in healthcare. I really do. But yeah, this season, they do a good job of commenting on issues and social issues and things like that. But this season, to me, it does feel a little heavy-handed. Claude Simeon says, I'm slightly disappointed in the season. They're overstepping emotionally. The conflicts are going just a little too far. I thought season 1 was a bit more realistic. Yeah, it does feel like they're kind of giving everybody some big conflict to take care of. We also haven't seen Whittaker in a couple episodes. Like, he's been there. Like, he's like, look alive, Ogilvy, but what is his arc? And what is going on with this freaking baby? Like, what is up with the baby? What is up with the baby? The baby was supposed to be this big thing. Now, I know Dr. Al-Hashimi gave the baby this weird look. I know that she has some kind of PTSD, I think, from her experience and the hospitals and places she's worked at and what's happened there. But I just, like, what's going on with the baby? I feel like we've been teased with this, like, baby situation. Let's see. The Simple Box says, I haven't seen the Pitt, but every time I see the promo art, I think it's an older Screech from Saved by the Bell. I don't know who that is. Let me see. Okay, actually, I can see it. Especially when he has facial hair. But yeah, I mean, Dr. Robbie freaking sucks this season. I know that's the point. Yes, like Matt said, Noah Weil is such a great actor because we all hate Dr. Robbie. Like, why are we hate? Like, why is he so awful right now? He is. He really is. I read some speculation that the baby could be from the trafficked person or one who was abortion might have been stopped. Feels a little too small world to me if they go that way. Yeah, I would agree. I can only take so much. I can only take so much drama. I think what I loved about season 1 was just like learning about this world, learning about how it all works. But it does feel a lot like every episode there's something real heavy going on, or some really real like conflict or dilemma. So there's that. All right, we got 60% no. So I won't spend too much time on the Pitt. But predictions for the end of this season, I mean, hold your ears if you guys don't want spoilers. I know they've teased the whole like Dr. Robbie motorcycle thing. I don't know if that's still going to happen. I am curious to see where Santos goes this season. Like, I feel like she's been a little stalled for the past few episodes. I know that she has this eternal beef with Langdon, and that really pisses her off that he came back and wasn't fired. But then we've learned a little bit more about her past as well, and it's like it dips in and then it goes away. It dips in, it goes away. I do like Mel's character arc. Like, I think that girl has learned that she needs a freaking life. She needs a life. She probably needs to get laid, to be honest. And there was that cute felon guy who was hitting on her, but yeah, he was the operative word there, being felon made it an issue. So that is the Pitt season 2. I just hope this show doesn't go too far up its own ass, like Shrinking. I really don't like the show Shrinking, guys. I have a lot to say on Shrinking and why I hate that show. It's too far up its own ass. That's the problem. And the Pitt is seeming like it. Ooh, okay, interesting. Mel could be a homewrecker with Dr. Langdon, though I do think they are more brother sister. Yeah, there's definitely people are shipping them. But Langdon is married. But his wife almost left him. No, I think they'll just be palsy wowsies, brother sister. I feel that vibe too. Shrinking. Okay, I'm here for Shrinking slander. So I like this show. Like, don't get me wrong. If a show is really that bad, I won't watch it at all. I will just like I don't like to watch things that I hate. But here's my rant on Shrinking. Is that it's a good idea. Like, the premise of the show is good. The premise is this psychologist guy. His wife is dead. Like, that's the premise, and he's navigating all these things, being a his daughter, everything. But it feels like they took the recipe from Ted Lasso, which also got too far up its own ass, applied it to Shrinking, and then Shrinking got too far up its own ass. There is no way, I'm going to go off here. There is no freaking way that every person in that goddamn town is that witty. I'm sorry. Not everyone is that witty. It pisses me off. We need one person that is not witty. Everyone is witty. Yes, I agree. Ted Lasso, it was a great idea. Like, I'm all for happy. Like, it makes me feel good, right? Because the world is depressing. Shit is sad. Like, existential dread, whatever. I love a good feel good thing, but that is why Ted Lasso went downhill. And I know there's like similar writers on both of these shows. It's like everyone is friends. Everyone is like all up in each other's business, which I like. Like, I would love a community like that. I say hi to my neighbors like every once in a blue moon. I want people up in my business. I want to be up in their business. Like, I like that community vibe. But sometimes I forget that these people are like professional therapists, because they're not. They're not. Sorry. They don't act like it. And also, I'm sorry, but I cannot get behind the fact that you are friends with the person that like killed your wife, and now you're all witty together. I'm sorry, but that's too far. That's too far. It's one thing to find forgiveness, whatever. It's one thing to get through it. It is another thing to invite them into your club of witty neighbors. And that's all I'll say about Shrinking. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yes, thank you. Everyone has some perfect gem piece. So here's my issue with Shrinking. I get secondhand embarrassment, not for the characters, but for the actors who have to read those lines, because I can see it on their face. They know it's not funny, and they know it's supposed to be funny. So the pressure is there for delivery. Like, it's not funny. In the last episode, they were hiking, and this guy's like, "Oh, hiking, like what? You like to walk in heat?" Or it was something dumb. It was something so dumb that I could see on the actor's face he didn't believe it. Because no one is like that. Nobody is like that. I have a friend who is so silly. Shout out to Danny. He is such a silly guy. The goofiest goofball I've ever seen. He is always like cracking these like wisecracks everywhere. Goofiness. And even he is not like that. Or if he is, everyone's like, "What the fuck, Danny? Like, not the time." We're not going to give it right back, because that is a very specific type of human. And it feels like everyone in the town, young and old, the daughter's friends, the guy who killed the wife, Harrison Ford, Gabby, like everyone is like that. Sorry, I could rant about this all freaking day. I could go off on freaking not Ted Lasso, on freaking Shrinking. Yeah, Danny does not. I wish you guys could meet Danny. He's such a goofball. He was my old roommate, and he actually is who I pictured for Ryland Grace. He's always just saying out of pocket things and funny things. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chris B, the simple box. I really appreciate that. I rant about the stupidest things, and this is something I have a lot to say on, because I think it genuinely has like a good heart of the show. Like, I want more fun shows. I mean, comedy feels very dead right now. Like, it's dead in the water. The fact that One Battle After Another was the best comedy, like nominated for best comedy, is crazy. What? Best comedy? I love to rant. I should really rant more, because I have thoughts on things like mocktails. I have a lot of things I could rant on. All right. So Claude Simeon says, "I wonder why this doesn't bother me. Maybe I watch too much Gilmore Girls, where everyone is also witty." So yeah, here's the thing. Like, I will watch the show. but I'll watch it when I'm on my computer doing work, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, like I can appreciate it. I'm not invested. If a show is truly awful, I'll stop watching it. And that's what happened with The Beauty. I didn't finish The Beauty because it pissed me off. And it was weird. I'll just stop watching. I stopped watching Alien Earth for the same reason. I just didn't like it. So if a show is really bad, I won't I won't watch it. You guys are just trying to get me to rant now about mocktails. Okay. Here's what my issue with mocktails. So I'm all for I'm all for not drinking, right? Don't drink alcohol. Alcohol's poison, whatever. Like, don't drink. Big mocktail has to be stopped. The mocktail industry is out of fucking control. Because what do you mean I'm going to go pay $15 for a glass of juice? What do you mean? That is going to give me the same level of hangover as the alcohol, but sugar. All sugar. So if you don't want to drink, like, get a Diet Coke or get a soda or even order a glass of like a Shirley Temple or something. But now they have these craft artisan mocktails on every menu. I live in California where everything is so expensive. So the drinks are now $22 and the mocktails are $17 for something I'm going to drink in 5 seconds. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, I meant to stop cussing this year. But it's insane. And I went out to dinner with a bunch of friends, and like some of my friends are going through a big not drinking phase. And my friends are not drinking, and everyone is ordering like mocktails out the ass. I had a glass of wine. I had 1, maybe 2 glasses of wine. Homegirl is on her 4th mocktail, and we split the bill. They're racking up $85 worth of mocktails by the end of the dinner. So it's big mocktail. And look, I like alcohol. I'm sorry, I do. I will drink a glass of alcohol, or I will get a Diet Coke or a seltzer water. You will not catch me out here drinking mocktails. No, I'm fundamentally against mocktails, the principle of mocktails. And big mocktail, it has to be stopped. They're putting a mint leaf and orange juice in a glass and charging me $17 for it. Fuck off. Yeah. Exactly. Mocktails charge $5. Drink mocktails all day long if you're going to charge $5 for it, because that is like the margins on mocktails are insane. The reason why alcohol is priced the way it is in part because of the taxes. What taxes are you paying on orange juice that you get out of a box from Costco? Sorry guys, I could go on and on and on about mocktails. I fucking hate mocktails. Yeah, that's like a Toyota and a Bugatti being the same price. Oh, I didn't even know that they were. I don't know anything about cars. Yeah, I like alcohol. Same, I like alcohol. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have a glass of wine. If I'm not drinking, like, I will have a Diet Coke because there's free refills on a Diet Coke. Speaking of which, can't decide, should I go for a martini or a Manhattan? Ooh, well, I guess it depends on the martini. I would say a martini personally, but up to you. This has me so fired up that I want to drink like a spicy mezcalita or a gin and tonic. All right, Chris Bizeski, welcome to the chat, fellow Waffle Party VIP member. Alcohol prices are insane too. Yeah, I agree. Come for the movie chat, savor the long ass stories about mocktail prices. Yeah, these are things that go on in my head, and I want to talk about them, but I don't have any friends here that want to listen to me because all my friends are drinking mocktails and making me pay for them. Sorry, Amy, if you're watching this, which I know you're not. I love you, but like, mocktails are out of control. I did a sober thing, like sober October or whatever. I went out with my friends for Halloween, and I was just pissed off the whole time because I'm like, I'll just have a glass of water, and then everyone's like, you don't want a mocktail? No. I'm already mad enough that I can't have a drink because I agreed to do this stupid thing. Anyway, I do classic martinis. Okay, love that for you. I used to be really big into dirty martinis, and then I drank a bad one somewhere. I ordered a dirty martini where I shouldn't have, some dumb bar, and now I like hate it. I can't do it anymore. All right, there was a comment I wanted to address way back when. Okay, here we go. Any takes on the upcoming Disclosure Day? I am freaking pumped for Disclosure Day. I am so pumped. It looks so good. It's June, right? June is when it comes out. June 12th. I will be watching it. I will be sat in the theater. It's global panic, societal upheaval, following an undeniable proof of alien existence. Man. And it has a great cast. So we have Emily Blunt, Eve Hewson, who was in what was she in? Oh my god, why am I blanking on this? Behind Her Eyes, which was such a crazy mini-series show. Did you guys ever watch Behind Her Eyes? I'm so psyched for Disclosure Day. We're gonna have to plan a live after opening weekend. It looks freaking epic. I will be putting my AMC Stubs A-list membership to good use, which I'm not currently doing and I really should be doing. I just realized Gab live streams are basically free therapy. It's free therapy for me. I who needs shrinking? Who needs the therapist in shrinking when we can just have these live streams? Disclosure Day looks like some real classic Spielberg. The mocktails require the same labor and pose an opportunity cost on bartender time, hence the prices. No, I want to be mad at mocktails. Don't make sense around here. Behind Her Eyes was so good. Yes, Behind Her Eyes was so good. Have you guys seen Behind Her Eyes? If you need something that you can just lap up, something that is going to rock your socks, blow your mind, go binge Behind Her Eyes. Oh, that was such a good show. That was a show that I watched and then I immediately restarted it. Like the twists in that show, so good. I'm not even gonna say anything because I might like spontaneously combust with how good that show is. That's underrated for sure. Underrated. I watched that during the pandemic when I was going through just a huge just watching weird things phase. On that list, I was also watching this movie called Vivarium. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was a weird movie. Weird movie. You guys got me all fired up about these mocktails. I didn't mean to go off on them. But hopefully I may have convinced some of you guys. All right. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Claude Simeon. Very kind. Thank you so much. Did you ever watch K-pop Demon Hunters? I enjoyed it, but mileage varies. Great animation, fun music, decent story. I did not watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the music from that movie, and I've been wanting to watch it. I am not much into animated things. Like I have younger siblings that are like years younger than me, like 8 years younger than me. And so I feel like when I was a teenager, I watched a lot of animated things. And then I forgot that animated things can also be enjoyed by adults. Like Matt Winbury was recommending The Amazing Digital Circus, I believe, which was recommended to me by like 2 people in one day. So I need to watch that. And evidently I need to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like it would be a fun movie. I mean, I have neighbors that have young kids and they all did the K-pop Demon Hunters character dress up for Halloween. So would I enjoy it as an adult? Yeah, I really should get back into animated movies. Yeah, The Amazing Digital Circus is so fun. I need to watch that. A woman finds herself trapped in a crazy circus-themed virtual world with 5 other humans in the same situation as her. They are now subject to the whims of a crazy artificial intelligence. So I was told that this gives Severance vibes, and that's why I should watch it. It gets progressively darker. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I have heard it gives Severance vibes. No, Behind Your Eyes is not a comedy. No, it's definitely not a comedy. Um, One Battle After Another was not a comedy. It should have not been nominated. I mean, that says a lot about the state of comedy. If that movie, which had really funny moments, I will say it had funny moments. Did you guys like One Battle After Another? I feel like it's a very, like, some people are like, this movie was trash, and some people think it was the best movie in the world. Go watch Behind Her Eyes and get back to me. Actually, I should just do a rewatch at this point. Ooh, I really, really want to watch Behind Her Eyes again. I also really want to watch Mr. Robot again. And I also need to watch Dark season 2. There's a lot I need to watch. I didn't finish watching One Battle After Another. I got distracted by something else, like having to let the dog outside. I saw it in theaters, so I saw it. I agree, it wasn't a comedy. Now, my brother and I were both into movies, and he had recommended it to me by being like, "This is the best movie of the year." So I went in with really high expectations, and not that it like disappointed me, but I didn't like it as much as I think I had been primed to like it. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good, but there are things I didn't like about it. And I recently watched it again, and I still feel the same way about it. Mr. Robot was good for 2 seasons. I got bored in the 3rd season though. Yeah, I mean that it does get, I feel like I always like will work my way up to the 3rd season. I still haven't finished it. I know that sounds crazy, but I was traveling for a while abroad, and I didn't have access to the streaming service that it was on, and then it like went off that streaming service, so I don't even think I finished the last season. I need to. Yeah, if you see One Battle After Another, let me know. I know that was on everyone's top, like it was nominated for the best movie of the year. But I definitely liked I liked Begonia more than One Battle After Another, for example, if we're talking about 2025 movies. I liked Sinners more, I think. I had mixed feelings about Sinners when I first saw it. I had to sit with it for a bit. Did Veggie Tales ruin animation for you? My siblings were watching the Backyardigans a lot. Was season 4 Mr. Robot's last? It ends well if I remember. I believe it was season 4. Yeah. And I watched up to season 3, so I do need to watch the last season. There are so many good shows out there that I need to either watch or rewatch. The Leftovers, if you guys haven't seen it. If we're talking about weird shows that get dark, Behind Her Eyes, good. And also Leftovers, very good. Dark, very good. All right, Philip Leavenworth, hello, welcome. I came from your Project Hail Mary videos, very informative. Yeah, we spent probably the first 30 minutes of this live stream talking about Project Hail Mary. So if anyone is joining now that didn't join for that part or just catching up now, let me know what you thought. We had a poll going earlier about how people thought, if it exceeded your expectations, if it met your expectations, or if it disappointed you. And then we were giving our rating. Between 1 and 5, what would you rate Project Hail Mary? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 4.5, a 5? I said 4.3. That's an 8.6 out of 10. Leftovers I watched and liked the first season, but a few episodes into... Yeah, you have to just get through these parts on Leftovers. It's so good. It's so good, but it also makes me feel just so... like... It makes me feel like I've been sitting in the rain smoking the same cigarette for like 20 years. It makes me feel like I am that old Japanese guy in Inception when he goes into limbo. That's how it makes me feel. That's how it makes me feel. Yeah, Carrie Coon is amazing. Paradise. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even talked about Paradise. I'm watching Paradise right now. Let me get a poll going to see who's watched Paradise because I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it if people haven't watched it because it will be spoilers and that's no fun for you guys. Yeah, that's supposed to be an endorsement. Are you watching Paradise? Season finale this week. Crazy that we're already through the season. Daybreak. Ooh, I'm adding that to my list. The best thing in one battle after another was the daughter, played by Chase Infinity, who was denied an Oscar. She was fantastic. She really was fantastic in that. For that being her breakout role, she did an incredible job in that role. Loved her. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be an endorsement. I think so. You tell me. It's definitely not a knock. All right, we got some ratings coming in. Project Hail Mary book 4.5 out of 5. Movie 4.75 out of 5. It is tough. Yeah, I said right after I got out of the film 4.5 out of 5. I still think Project Hail Mary is one of my favorite books I've ever read. If you're counting like books and series also counts for a book's probably top 10. Probably top 10. Maybe top 5. Maybe top 7. I'm currently reading Red Rising and I am so obsessed. So obsessed. I've never become so obsessed with something so fast as with Red Rising. Yeah. Yeah, that it's weird because I watched The Leftovers in the pandemic, and during the pandemic I was doing 75 hard, which is this like exercise lifestyle thing where you have to exercise twice a day. And so I would watch it while I was like exercising, which was not the vibe. Like the vibes were mismatched. Yeah. I haven't read Red Rising, but to Ramble and Bookborn had a great visit. I need more people to read Red Rising, to be honest. I joined their Discord today. I am fully bought into this series. I ordered a shirt. I'm going to be a character for Halloween. I am like fully bought into that. I am fully backed in to this season. Oh, interesting. Hot take here. I loved Project Hail Mary more than Interstellar and The Martian. I'm getting flack for it. Well, that is interesting. Very interesting. I would say Interstellar is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I'd say the vibe is so different than Project Hail Mary. Like Project Hail Mary is fun, it makes you feel good. I cried a little bit, but Interstellar, I bawl every time I see that movie. The Martian, I really like The Martian, but I think what The Martian is missing is Rocky. I love The Martian. I think they did a great job with The Martian, but I would probably say I like Project Hail Mary more just because it's funny. I mean, so is The Martian's funny, but oh, we got same here. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'll watch Interstellar and I know sometimes I avoid watching Interstellar because it makes me cry so much. I get so sad. So I could see myself reaching for Project Hail Mary more. But I think, I don't know, maybe all things considered, Interstellar might be a slightly better. I don't know. Interstellar's a 5 out of 5. But again, I approach Project Hail Mary as a book reader. I actually need to go see Project Hail Mary again and approach it as a non-book reader and just see it about the movie. I'm at a 4. I read the book and feel like they should have gone 4 hours to meet the caliber of the book. Yeah, I would watch a 5-hour nerd cut. I would watch a 1-to-1 ratio. I agree. It would have been a wonderful limited series show. I can totally see that. Red Rising is a dystopian sci-fi series It's so good. Just trust. I had someone tell me it was good and just to trust it. Ooh, okay. You did not like Interstellar. That is interesting. I would love to know why. No shame. No shame in that game. I just love hearing why people don't like things or why they love things. Because yeah, Interstellar is a very mainstream, popular sci-fi movie. So, and yeah, I love Nolan's early movies. Like I love The Prestige and I love Memento. I did not like Tenet. That is the one Nolan movie I did not like. Tenet. I didn't like it. Like I didn't get it. I mean, I got it, but I didn't get it. Everyone thought it was so good. Interstellar does have the best music. Project Hail Mary has a great soundtrack. Nolan peaked at The Prestige. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think how the Odyssey will be? Yeah, it really does. It does have the best music. Early Nolan. Okay, this is a good point. Early Nolan is better than later Nolan, but later Nolan is better than most other directors. I agree. And I rewatched Inception recently because I think Inception came out when maybe I was like a little too young to like I got it, but I didn't get it. Like my frontal lobe was underdeveloped. And I rewatched it recently a couple months ago. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. Which I always thought, but it was really good. And sorry, Christopher Nolan, the Dark Knight trilogy is just one of my favorite pieces of things ever. Things as in movies. Paradise does not have the best music. Okay, let's talk about Paradise. Paradise is also like pissing me off some of the time. Not like Shrinking pisses me off, but similarly, yeah. I liked it though. That's the thing. I just didn't understand it. I'm gonna rewatch The Martian now. Yeah, I rewatched The Martian a few months ago, and it was incredible. Incredible. I hadn't seen it in a few years, about 5 years probably. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Paradise because half of you have seen it. Well, I don't want to spoil anything in case you guys watch it, but this pissed me off so much. This made me so mad. And I agree with what you just said, Kate, that it's like Paradise is reminding me of Silo in a way. First of all, I think Silo is a way better show. But Silo, one thing that would upset me about Silo is we'd have these slow episodes and then these elite cliffhangers. Elite. So that every time I watched the show, I'd be like, TikTok, like I'm hungry. What's going on? I'm ready for this episode to be over. And then the last 5 to 10 minutes, I was like jaw on the floor, like holy crap. And I feel like they're trying to do this some of the time with this show. There's just this is the episode that came out on this is episode 7. Episode 7. Have you guys watched it? This made me so mad. When he reunites, it's great, but the way that Gary situation was handled, I'll just put it that way, was so unbelievable. So unbelievable. And look, I am all for Miss Independent Woman being a Miss Independent Woman, but this freaking guy, like he's already messed up on a few people having a bad judge of character. You're the whole thing that you lost your wife because she's so stubborn and doesn't listen to you. Like maybe let's learn our lesson. I'm not saying that men should tell their women what to do. Absolutely not. Like definitely not. But this was just over the top. Unbelievable. Not believable at all. Gary sucks, okay? And everyone knows that Gary sucks ass and that he's creepy. I mean, he played Ed Kemper in Mindhunter, that same actor, same voice, everything. So the fact that one, this took up so much time, and two, that it happened the way it happened, I hated that. Hated it. But this this cool situation made up for it because I'm interested. I'm interested in this. This is probably the only storyline I'm interested in now at this point. Now that Shailene Woodley is no longer there, I don't care about really Xavier and Terry right now. I really don't. I definitely don't care about the president's son and Robinson. And Jane storyline pissed me off too, because there was a whole episode dedicated to her and her freaking Nintendo Wii fetish just for it not to go anywhere. So that is my rant about Paradise. What do you guys think about Paradise? I want to hear from you guys because I just told you. I just confessed everything. I want to theorize here, but I also know that some people in the chat haven't seen it. I agree with what Kate was saying. It's either going to leave with a big cliffhanger. I've heard they're only doing 3 seasons. Like, we better figure out what Alex is, because the whole Alex, maybe this layer that Alex has added, it's really been just of this season. Jane probably drinks mocktails. Yeah, she probably does. She probably is pro big mocktail. Drinking mocktails while she's playing her freaking Wii. I'm tending to agree with you that we are going to see Sam as the hero, not the bad guy. Yeah. I do think that she will emerge as the hero in this, I hope. I mean, she got a little spicy in the last episode. She's wearing red. She's banging her husband for the first time in probably decades. She's got a little pep in her step. So maybe it would be cool to see what she can do with knowing that she didn't lose what she lost. Paradise season 2 lost some of the magic of season 1. I agree. But there's always been too many flashbacks. I will say that in both seasons. Season 1 almost lost me around episode 3, but then it got really good towards the end. Does it have the Westworld problem of putting too much into the last episode or 2 of the season to try to spit out the mystery at the expense of good characters and plot? After season 1, Westworld lost me bad. Yeah, I get that. I don't know if it would have the same issue. Sometimes I wonder if there's actually not enough. Like, they don't have enough material, so they do weird side quests, or the conversations last too long. They're wrapping it up in 3 seasons. So thank God they're not stretching it just to stretch it. But it is a show where flashbacks are important. I will say that, like, the flashbacks are very important to the nature of the show. But sometimes, like this last episode, there were 4 different scenes, 4 different storylines that was going through. And I almost wish they would have not had one. I mean, I know why they had to have them all, but yeah. Anyway. That's what about that. But we'll see. I'm interested for the finale. Like, I watch it. I'm excited to watch it. It's one of those things where, yeah, if I didn't like it, I would stop watching it. Like Alien Earth or The Beauty. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this up in a few minutes here. So I'm happy to discuss Django. I don't know if you guys heard that. Probably. Gonna wrap it up in a few minutes here. We've been on for about an hour and a half. We've covered Project Hail Mary. We've covered Dune 3. We've covered mocktails. We've covered shrinking. We have covered the Pitt. We've covered Paradise. See, normally I'm on these live streams discussing like one thing, like one show. So I was a little worried I'd be too disoriented for this show. But yeah, everyone should join the Discord. We have really fun conversations on there. Join the Miscellaneous Gab Discord. Come and join my Patreon. You can also join for free on Patreon and still get access to parts of the Discord. So we have really fun discussions there, and we also recommend really cool things to each other. New shows. Matt has given me a whole new book series to read, which I'm going to read after Red Rising. The mocktail show. I feel I feel concerned of when people will jump into this mid mocktail rant. I think we should have like a Discord thread just for rants. Like, what pisses us off other than drivers in the Bay Area? What? I'm not going to go on another rant, but yeah. You know what? That is going to be, I'm working on some Patreon member exclusive content. I didn't originally put exclusive content on my Patreon, but I will be putting more and more for those who have joined my Patreon as patrons, and perhaps a rant, a good healthy rant would do that. You know, in college, I interned for, I guess I shouldn't say worked for because I didn't get paid. I interned for a senator because I thought I wanted to go into politics. Yikes. And I would rant all the time. Not even about like this party, that party, just like the fuckery of what really is there. That's another conversation for another day. But yes, please join the Discord and Patreon. It was so lovely hanging out with you guys. I'm going to go walk my dog. You know what I'm not going to do? Drink a mocktail. Buy a mocktail. None of that. I did have a St. Patrick's Day party where I made mocktails because I have a pregnant friend and some friends who don't drink. I'll make a mocktail all day long. I just won't order them. Who doesn't love a good mocktail? Don't even get me started, Steve. Rewind about 30 minutes ago, and you will hear all I have to say about mocktails. Next time I do a live, there will be a poll about supporting mocktail. All right, Matt is on it. The channel on Discord, Rants, is now available. I'm going to be using that a lot, Rants channel. Everyone come join the Patreon, join the Discord. I'm going to hop off. Thank you so much for being part of a live stream. This was the best way to spend the Wednesday. I would love to chat Disclosure Day. We'll have to chat Paradise season finale and keep an eye out for more Dune. Oh, we also talked about Harry Potter today. So we talked about a lot. If you're watching this later, please let us know what you thought about all these topics. And if you want to discuss any of these topics in greater detail, again, come to the Discord. We have fun in there. Tonight was really fun. Thanks for getting me fired up. You guys normally don't see that side of me, but it's there. All right. Stay safe out there as always, and I will see you all later. Bye.